All right, so welcome to our first endo class. I'm so excited for this and to talk about like what the heck is actually pain, the definition of pain. Can you guys see this? Okay. So the International Association for the Study of Pain, pain is an unpleasant sensory and emotional experience, okay, associated with or resembling actual or potential tissue damage. Okay, so that means so much, right? It is this sensory experience, this emotional experience with actual or potential tissue damage. So what that means for endometriosis, like, yeah, there's actual tissue damage, right? Like there is tissue where it shouldn't be in the body. So of course our body is going to notice that as pain. So what happens when there is endo excision surgery, right? We get rid of that tissue where it shouldn't be. You know, fingers crossed, that's what these surgeons are they're doing. So but then our nervous system is left with this potential tissue damage because our nervous system has been just upregulated and just been in so much pain from the tissue, from just all of these medical traumas that are happening to the body. And so it still remembers, the body remembers. And so we're going to be working through understanding the nervous system a lot more. And we do that through understanding pain better. And so it's this sensory and emotional experience, right? And so we during these classes we're going to be exploring what are different sensations in the bodies, what are emotions that are coming up that are holding on to some of these emotions. Okay. And so that leads us into our next. I can send you guys this guide if you want, but we're going to come down to this emotions feelings wheel. And so can you guys see this? Give me a thumbs up if you can. Thumbs up. Okay. So emotions, feelings. So can you guys see what any words that you are connecting to right now? Like what's maybe a word like you can see in the big middle? Happy, surprise, disgust, fearful, anger, sadness, and then we go along to the outer edge, and then the outer edge. Like what's maybe an emotion that you connect with, and put it in the chat for me. What comes up for you, kind of just checking in today. This is what we're going to do before each end of class. We're checking in. What emotions are we actually feeling right now? And so when we kind of are in this a lot of chronic pain, sometimes different emotions are at our forefront a lot more often. So this is kind of helping us to spread some awareness, like what are some different emotions that maybe we haven't thought of in a while, and then can bring to the surface a little bit. We're going to see how we're feeling at the start of the call versus at the end of the call too. So the first part of our call is kind of going to be some more regulating experiences for us. So at first, like I'm feeling like right now I'm checking in with myself, and I'm feeling a little kind of getting into the sympathetic part of my nervous system, because I'm coaching you guys. I have to have some of this energy. We hear about fight or flight and content most of the time, somebody said. Yes, but a mixture of frustration and sadness. Okay, yeah. That popped up on my screen, so it got me sidetracked for a second. What was I saying? Like so in part of our being in sympathetic, we have to have some of that energy. So you hear about this on social media, like, oh, I'm in fight or flight all the time. Like we need to have some of that, right? To live, to go through, but it's when we get stuck in that. And so um I'll send you. She said it's hard to read the words, so I can put that. I'll send that to you guys. The emotions wheel. Um, so right now I'm like feeling myself kind of being upregulated here. So let's do something to kind of help us get centered a little bit. So this is called cyclic sighing. So what you're first going to do, I want you guys to try this with me. I want you to take 2 inhales in through your nose, and then an audible exhale. And just like a moan. And so if you find yourself feeling kind of that upregulated in that sympathetic state, maybe it's from pain, maybe it's from a spouse, maybe it's from whatever's in your environment also that's maybe causing you to feel more stress and in that sympathetic state. So I want you guys to try this. So give me two deep inhales. And on that inhale, we're feeling that rib cage expand. So and it's that audible exhale that's letting us just melt a little and feel just a little bit better. So, and that exhale is how we shift into parasympathetic. And that's part of our rest and digest part of our nervous system. So the more we can kind of be in more of that parasympathetic, we're going to digest better, we're going to feel better. And so that's part of one of the tips I have for you guys. Take like sighing. Guys, shift into part of a little meditation exploration for like a body scan. So from here, I want you guys to stay seated or you can lay down. But we're gonna be able to kind of drop into your body a little bit more. So I want you to sit back, close your eyes, and feel your feet on the ground. Okay. Want you to just focus on putting your palms up right next to your thighs. Hands are open and taking a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Okay. And I want you to notice your right hand and all the space between both hands, between your right hand and your left hand. And now notice your left hand and all the space between your left and your right hand. And notice your right hand again and all the space between your elbow and your right hand, your right elbow, right. And now notice your right elbow and your right shoulder and all the space between your elbow and shoulder. Now from your right shoulder, notice all the space between your right shoulder and your left shoulder. And your left shoulder, I want you to notice all the space between your shoulder and your left elbow. You're continuing to breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Notice your left elbow and all the space between your left elbow and your left hand. And now notice your right hip and all the space between your right hip and your right knee. Now notice your right knee and all the space between your right knee and your right ankle. Now notice your left ankle and all the space between your left ankle and your right ankle. And now notice your left foot, toes, your left toes, wiggle the ball of your foot on the ground. And notice the space between your left foot and right foot and toes. Notice your right foot and the balls of your feet. And all the space between your right foot and your left foot. Now going back up to your left knee, notice all the space between your left knee and left foot. Going back up to your left knee, notice all the space between your left knee and your left hip. And at your left hip, bringing awareness to the right hip and all the space between the left hip and the right hip. So finally, I want you to bring your awareness to your chest, your central heart area. I want you to take both hands on your heart now. And feel what's underneath your hands. And just notice. And it's not judging if your heart rate's up or elevated, but you're just feeling that sensation underneath your hand. Just a gentle go. And noticing how you're feeling right now. Feeling safe and grounded, and that your body is here for you. And that you are more than your pain. You have all of these sensations in your body that we want to contribute to your life and to your own goals. As you're bringing some more awareness to your environment now, kind of opening your eyes, bring your hands away from your chest, coming back here with me. Okay. You can put it in the chat, like how are you guys feeling, kind of. I hear different things about feeling a little bit more grounded after that practice, feeling a different sensation within your body. Um, whatever's coming up for you, there's nothing bad about it. Okay. It's just finding these different experiences other than pain. She said more calm and less anxious. Okay. I'm here for that. Calmer. Yeah. Okay, great. So this leads us into the second half of our class where um, this is like the main part is being able to connect with other women. And I'm going to give you guys some prompts. We're going to go into some breakout rooms. So we have two people on the call right now. So I'm going to put you two into a little breakout room together. And you're going to answer a couple of prompts. And so the first one I have is, I wrote it on my computer. So this might be good where if you have a journal, you can kind of write this question down or put it in your phone so you guys can ask each other questions. So you're each going to have 5 minutes to talk. Okay, so it's 10 minutes total. So set an alarm. Whoever's going to go first, 5 minutes, and then you're going to switch. Okay. And you're going to talk about these prompts that I'm. So, first one, if my body could guide my growth this year, what would it ask for more of and what would it ask for less of? Okay, so these questions are kind of really focused on this new year. We're approaching 2026 and kind of just giving yourself a reset and a refocus. And so, it's actually the second question in the chat, but the first one it says, what you're going to answer is if my body could guide my growth this year, what would it ask for more of? Okay. And what would it ask for less of? Okay. And then if there's time, a second question is as this new year begins, what would feel more supportive to my nervous system than pushing myself to change? This is like one of the things where we're always trying and trying and trying for something new. We're always searching for answers, for medical things. But what would feel more supportive to you am just pushing for all of this change. Maybe it's a different relationship. Maybe it's, finding the better relationship with yourself. Like what would feel supportive for you personally? Hopefully those are some interesting topics that you guys can chat with. So you guys will get a thing that pops up that will put you into a breakout room and it's just for 5 minutes each. And then you'll come back to this room and then we'll finish. Okay. Welcome back. Welcome back. So um, that concludes our first endo class, and I really want to try to respect everybody's time. So keeping it around this like 30 minutes because we could have probably, I don't know if you guys felt like you could have talked even longer, but that is my goal is for women to connect on a little bit of a deeper level. There's a lot of Facebook groups and support groups out there, but no one is providing an opportunity for people to kind of really connect and to be validated and to hear other people's stories. And so I hope this can connect you guys and other women. So share with others. And yeah, so we will have this next Tuesday. And I hope you guys come back. And yeah, we'll just keep regulating together.
Sounds good. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.